There's something to be said about the morality, about the principles of a person who believes that it is okay to kill children, that it is okay to generally mutilate underage individuals, that it is okay for pornography to be in elementary schools, that it is okay for people to cross this border illegally and traffic human beings, to traffic small children to be sex slaves, to tout the values of Muslims who, if they had power, would kill you because you're gay and don't like you because you're American or because you're black or white, whatever the case may be. And then their attempt to try to have some type of moral superiority to us, those on the right who tend to follow Christian ethics, and those of us on the right who are more logical and rational in our thinking and our conclusion making, right? So here we have this tweet from Recursion Agent, where he's putting a mirror up to the face of these losers, right? Where we're talking about Renega, the situation that happened in Minneapolis, where she attempted to run over an ICE agent, but she went out the way of the warrior. This is starting from the top, how the argument begins and how it is now, what it comes to. She was waving him around. She was just dropping her kid off. She didn't hit him. She was scared and trying to get away. She was confused by conflicting orders, 4 times to get out of the car. She didn't hit him, but the video evidence shows that she did. She was scared and trying to get away, despite the fact that she was standing there for a good amount of time, taunting the nigga with her wife outside of the car, taunting the nigga as well, daring the law enforcement officer to do something. And then they come to the conclusion, okay, she hit him, but it didn't hurt. You're fine. You know what that reminds me of? There was this video. I believe it was a Change My Mind by Steven Crowder. I believe he was in Dallas, and he was sitting down with this young Mexican. I believe is what she was. Whatever she was Hispanic. And a black monkey crossdresser walked around him and threw like a tub at him, right? And you know what the Mexican bitch said? You know what the Hispanic said when Crowder voiced his complaints about that situation? How violent these people can be and how they become because of speaking. She said, "You're fine. You're fine. It didn't hurt. You're fine." And then to the last conclusion that they have come to, okay, she hit him on purpose, but he's a pussy for being afraid of a 2-ton SUV. And this is a response, right? Obviously, some goalposts moving here. Golly. And this is a response to Tim Miller, right? Tim Miller, in case you don't know, is an idiot. Like, he's legitimately a stupid person. I don't know how he has become known, how he has the ability to go on Piers Morgan, even though Piers Morgan is a bitch, obviously. But this is a response to Tim Miller's tweet, right? The MAGA accounts defending this body cam footage reveal them to be either, it wasn't body cam, he was holding his phone, reveal them to be either bloodthirsty monsters who love to murder lib women, or the biggest pussies in history who are deathly afraid of a Honda Pilot going 3 miles an hour. Do not see an in between. That's what this nigga just said. We love murdering lib women, and we're the biggest pussies in history who are afraid of a Honda Pilot 3 going 3 miles per hour. Do you feel the same way about the black police officer who shot Ashley Babbitt in DC on January 6th, who you faggots just had a vigil for some reason, even though she was the only person who got killed that day, the only person who died that day, who was shot by a police officer? But all of a sudden, in that case, Blue Lives Matter now all of a sudden? That's how you know it's not about principles. And it's about chaos. It's about revolution for revolution's sake. It's about destabilizing anything that has been. He continues, if JD Vance was really scared of that lady in her Honda Pilot driving 2 miles an hour, I have to assume he wears adult diapers to deal with his constant state of personal terror. And then he says, yeah, correction, the footage was from the killer holding his iPhone in one hand while he sprayed 3 bullets with the other. Here we have Clandestine. I don't know who this nigga is. Let's see what he says. The problem is you brainwashed liberal sheep believe you are allowed to behave like this without consequence, which is what she was doing, was obstructing justice and attempting to run over an ICE agent. You believe you are entitled to obstruct federal law enforcement. You believe your personal feelings supersede the law. And the result of the election, you're wrong. I read an article. I made a video about it. where it says that she received training for this. She knows what to do. She knows how to follow. Obviously, she didn't because she attempted to run over a law enforcement officer. And guess what? The warrior's way is the warrior's way. Live by the sword, you know the rest. So here we see this nigga complaining about this nigga being afraid of a car going 3 miles per hour, right? Well, here we have an officer in a vehicle getting, I'm not going to play the sound. Well, the vehicle is moving slow. And in this instance, this officer lost their lives. But you shouldn't be afraid of a vehicle moving slow. It's not like the bitch weighs 4,000 pounds. It's not like there are all these moving parts under that motherfucker. But you shouldn't be afraid and stop being a pussy, right? Let's watch the video. Just so you niggas know.
As the Jeep continued to advance.
I don't want the sound to play. You see that? And they stopped the video because she died. Does that look like that bitch was going 100 miles per hour? Was that Jeep going that fast? Which is, this Jeep and that Honda Pilot are relatively similar sizes. And she died that day. She wasn't able, I believe it's a female officer. She wasn't able to live any longer. But it was going 3 miles per hour, so it's okay, right? She shouldn't have been afraid for her life. Look, was it going that fast? It was going about the same approximate speed as the Honda Pilot that Renee was driving, right? But the biggest pussies who are deathly afraid of a Honda Pilot going 3 miles per hour. Matter of fact, let's look at the weight of a Honda Pilot. Honda Pilot weight, right? A Honda Pilot is between 4,000 to over 4,600 pounds. Hold on, let me zoom in so y'all niggas can see that. 4,000 to over 4,600 pounds. Yet I'm a pussy. Yet that law enforcement officer is a pussy, right? He's a pussy because he doesn't want to get ran over by 4,000 pounds of moving steel, of a person who has been bothering them all day, who has been giving multiple lawful commands to get out of the way, and who attempts to run him over, and who is a known agitator. Yet he's the pussy. Let's look at some more of these replies. As we can see here, these niggas got on his ass. Biggest pussies in history, says the homo who, along with his soy humble husband, bought a black girl in a desperate bid to bolster their leftist bona fides. These people are not good people. They're not good people. This faggot, right? What am I afraid of? Who cares? This faggot is calling law enforcement officers rather pussies, and calling us bloodthirsty because this seems to be a justified shooting from all of the evidence that we have. Nigga, you buy black babies. Creepy nigga. Here we have some more replies, all shot by Democrats. This fruitcake calling other people pussies is hilarious. Calling other people pussies is hilarious. But not a word about these young women murdered by illegals. Yeah, they won't talk about it. They want to protect the illegals. They want to protect. We love our Somalis. We love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet. They want to protect these niggas because they have nothing good to do. And as I pointed out earlier, right? Nothing about Ashley Babbitt, right? She deserved it. Donald Trump sucks the shooter missed. Fascists had it coming. She was peaceful. Ashley Babbitt doing something legal, legally protesting, voicing her concerns, First Amendment, the right to peaceably assemble, right? Donald Trump, a politician, advocating for his platform, shot, doing nothing illegal. Charlie Kirk, probably one of the nicest fucking political commentators on the right ever. The nicest nigga. Too nice, as a matter of fact, from my opinion. Killed in front of thousands of people, assassinated by Tyler Robinson. This bitch, who is impeding justice, who is a known agitator, who was trained by social justice warriors at her school, which is the statement from her child's school, which is their stated goal, belonged to anti-ICE groups, watch groups, was agitating these officers all day, given 4 lawful commands to get out of the car, was egging on the officer alongside her wife, and decided to attempt to run over the officer. And guess what happened? She took the warrior's way out. Yet I am supposed to cry and I'm supposed to care about this gay man right here who purchases black babies and calls us and tries to deem us as weirdos. What's this next one? Here we have a short little video to finish us off. Pause from Libs of TikTok. Leftist appears to threaten the life of the ICE officer who shot at Good in Minnesota after she tried to run him over. He is quoted as saying, "Wouldn't it be a shame if this guy who took the life of Renee Good in Minneapolis, if he didn't make it through the week? Wouldn't it be a shame? Can we find out?" As soon as someone shares his address, it's going all over the place. Obviously, she CC'd the FBI because these niggas need to be on a watch list. Like, these motherfuckers aren't playing. They kill niggas. They firebomb buildings. They throw rocks on police officers from overpasses. We have videos of it from when the ICE agents when they were having that fucking skerfuffle in Los Angeles. And there was no American flags in sight, only Mexican flags. It's almost as though they don't fucking assimilate, just like these Somalians. Let's continue. Let's watch the video.
Wouldn't it be a shame if this guy who took the life of Renee Good in Minneapolis, if he didn't make it through the week? Would it be a shame? Can we find out? By the way, as soon as somebody shares his address, it's going all over the place. I mean, Pete Hegseth is all talking about FAFO. Yeah. FAFO. Wouldn't it be a shame?
Why did he finish it off like that? Why did he say it like that? Hold on.
FAFO.
Fucking weird. Anyway, I don't mean to laugh as if to dismiss what he's saying. Because obviously, these niggas are radicalized to the point to where they would put themselves in danger of protecting people who, Muslims, who if they had power would kill them because they're gay, would kill them because they're white, who don't like them. These motherfuckers can be radicalized to do some crazy shit, bro. Transgenders, there have been at least 2 that I can recall, who in their stated manifestos have killed children, and they state leftist ideology as to the reason why. Tyler Robinson, who was gay and had a furry boyfriend, a tranny furry boyfriend, cited that the reason he killed Charlie Kirk because of his hateful rhetoric, his hateful speech. These niggas are radical, and they will do this. So don't laugh it off as, haha, they won't do shit. No, we won't do shit. Because we're lawful. Because we understand what the First Amendment is. And even so much to the point to where whatever. Conservatives and right-wingers are a little bit too nice, to be honest. The fact that there are, whatever. Shout out to Planned Parenthood. Shout out to them still existing for some reason, yet right-wingers are violent. Take this nigga serious. Shout out to, hopefully the FBI actually takes this shit serious and finds out who this nigga is, puts him on a list, questions him. Always have him monitored. Nigga, your digital footprint is a motherfucker, bro. You don't just say shit like this, especially not in an administration which is the opposite of what you're saying, bro. They're obviously taking this shit serious, you goofy. Oh my God. Here we have some memes. Stop saying we're all violent. Stop being violent. Exactly. Oh, look at this. Let's see. Guy in the video is known as Johnny Gen X, still trying to find an actual name. Maybe it's your turn, internet. Let's see. Here we have this nigga. This is this nigga's what is this? Instagram account. Johnny Gen X. What does this say? Was a lifelong Republican. No, you weren't. Like, niggas are lying. Stop lying. Was a lifelong Republican until it was represented by white trash. So you supported George Bush? Shut the fuck up, nigga. You're such a liar. Magats and represented by a traitor, rapist, pedophile. I'm assuming is what he's calling Donald Trump. Okay. Oh, here we have some more. Let's read the comments on this one because I really meet Christopher Terrazas. I don't know if this is this nigga's name. I'm just reading. Oh, maybe this. We'll see. MAGA equals fascist. Once we eradicate MAGA, we tempt the entire U.S. and get the stench of used diapers and taco off of us. What? Meet Christopher Terrazas, 56, of Long Beach, California. lifelong Republican, my nigga. Stop lying to us. Chris is attempting to dox the ICE officer in Minneapolis and make death threats against him. And by doxing him, you're doxing his family. So if he has a wife, if he has children, who we know these niggas would kill children. How do you know this, North? Because they advocate for abortions. Why wouldn't they advocate for killing the ones who have been born, who are outside of the womb? Why wouldn't they advocate for that? It only makes logical sense. Chris is an online antagonizer who goes by Johnny Gen X. He's also a math professor, creative advisor, bassist, and cellist. So in case y'all niggas want to verify that, we have some photos of this nigga. Oh, look at that. Johnny Gen X. Some more photos. Oh. Oh. Okay, nigga. See, y'all niggas CC the FBI on that shit too. This is that nigga. So this is a problem in the United States where niggers who buy black babies, despite all of the evidence that we have, because they're just antagonists for the sake of sake, starting off by saying the situation. Let's go back to the original post. Starting off by saying falsehood. She was waving him around. She was just dropping off her kids. She didn't hit him, until eventually being like, okay. She did hit him on purpose. But he's a bitch for being afraid of a 4,000 to 4,600 pound vehicle accelerating towards him, right? And you got faggots like this nigga who are escalating temperatures. Johnny Gen X. Fucking idiot. Hey, man. I hope you niggas are rational and logical in your conclusions and decision making, and do not allow for these niggas to get away with this shit anymore. Make sure you check out those links in the description. My Instagram, my Twitter. Send me cool shit to react to. And I'll see y'all guys later. Peace.
I don't like gay people. I don't like Muslims. I don't like abortions. I don't like anything liberal. But other than that, I really like to get along with people.